Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Evelyn of Evelyn's Creations, and I'm so happy to be with you again tonight. We're going to get started to topic. The topic for tonight is so like you need the money. But before we get started, this particular is number 3. This is our third live workshop. And while members are coming on, I'm going to tell you what's sponsoring this particular workshop. If you happen to like to get some shea butter, this is the nice, smooth shea butter. You can inbox me and you can buy the shea butter. This supports the channel. Super soft shea butter. This can be by anyone. Anyone can use the shea butter. And we also have all organic black soap. This is great for eczema, dark spot, blemishes. These are $12.95. This will last you a very long time. You actually get 4 bars of soap inside of here. And once you use the soap, you put it back in the container and you just keep loving yourself with the soap. This can be used all over. It's normally used on babies when they're first born, so those babies get a fresh start. While we're waiting on people to come on, I'm in my children's corner tonight. These are kids items that I make. This is an idea for you to to be able to make some kids clothes. I want to show you some creativity with these kids clothes. These are pants, but they can also be cut and made into shorts. The bottom part can be made into a hat, or it can be a piece of it can be embellished on a t-shirt. So for the summer, you can, if you make a lot of pants, you can also change them and to make a shorts and a hat. For a little girl, you can also take out the inside of these pants, put a solid color or some denim inside, and you can turn this into a skirt. That's part of the creative process, okay? So this is an idea. These are all types of little kids' clothes that we have here. Put it back here so you can see it. But it's some great ideas for children's clothing. I see we got Miss Linda from Alabama. Thank you for coming out tonight. I appreciate you so much. You know, my husband's from Alabama, so I'm an Alabama fan. I love Alabama. Now, we're saying so like you need the money. It's so important to have a purpose for your sewing. And when I say so like you need the money, that means that even if you don't have a sale, sew and make something. A lot of you are saying you can't find fabric. So tonight I actually went by the store, went by Walmart, and I bought some Waverly fabric. I want you to see this real good. Waverly fabric. I bought I bought like 6 different ones, but I'm showing you 2 different ones of Waverly fabric that you can buy from Walmart. They're 2 yards and it's like $5.97, almost like $6 for 2 yards. This is a great item to buy where you can test your sewing skills. You can actually take this fabric. I'm going to open it up for you. Remember the topic, sew like you need some money. One thing about solid color fabrics, this fabric feels so good. Now they have some other fabrics that's just all cotton, but the quality is not as good as this. And what's good about this fabric, if Joann's fabric was in your neighborhood and it's gone, you would not get this fabric for that price. You would probably pay $5 to $6, even with your 40 or the 20% off sale. So you could take this fabric, this is 2 yards of fabric, and you can actually make 2 tops. Look how wide this fabric is. Look how wide this fabric is. You can just cut a hole in the top and cut out the sides for a sleeve. You got 2 small tops, crop tops, or 2 blouses out of 2 yards of fabric. The excess you can do the trim for the inside of your neckline, and then you still have the part when you cut this out. When you cut this part out right here for underneath your arm, you still have that access if you need it for something else. I'm a real advocate for not having any waste. But right here, you can have two blouses that if you actually made two blouses, you can easily sell a blouse that you handmade solid. This is a quality fabric. It presses well, it launders well, and you can sell those blouses for $25 each. So that's $50 that you can make when you only paid, $6 for the fabric. So you got $3 plus your thread and your time, and you can make two blouses. And you can make them different sizes. I suggest when you sew like you need money, pre-sew some items in multiple sizes. And when I say multiple sizes, say like most people are larger now. So I would say I would start nothing less than a medium. Because even if a small person bought a medium, they will wear it fuller. So I would say medium, large, extra large, and 2X. So you can take some fabric, medium, large, extra large, and 2X. So that's like 3 packs of fabric. $15 for 3 packs of fabric, and you can get 6 blouses out of 3 packs of fabric. So you can make $300 out of 15 yards of fabric. Just think of it like that. So you can just it's $25. So 25, yes, that's $150. I'm sorry, $150. But you can take something simple, and this tests your sewing skills and your speed, which means it's just 2 stitches, straight stitch and a zigzag stitch. So you're just gonna do the straight stitch on the outside, and then you're gonna do the zigzag on the inside, straight stitch and zigzag on both on the inside. But that will secure your stitches. You don't need a surgeon to do quick tops, or you can invert the seams. But this is a way that you can make something, and these stores are still around. It's our main department or grocery store right now. So they always have a pre-cut section. And I would suggest the Waverly. And it's a good way to test your sewing skills. You can make children's clothes with it. You can make aprons with it. You can make pants. This will make a nice pair of lightweight pants. You can make you some shorts, short skirt. Um, you could just do a lot with this and start your line to make sure you got plenty of inventory. Now, of course, you can get some more expensive fabric, and you can get some fabrics that has design and color. But my purpose tonight is to sew like you need the money. And when you need the money, see how I got this rack here? You'll start having your rack build up. You'll have your rack build up, so you have enough inventory that when you go do an event or when you take a picture of your inventory, it looks like, wow. Doesn't that look impressive to you? If I'm looking for my grandbaby something to wear, then I'll go over here and I'll look at all sizes, all colors. Look at this little dress. It's not a little dress, but it is a little dress. This is a dress. This was a fabric that I got with already embroidery on it from Ghana. But this is a very simple, straight dress. Okay, so this is a simple dress. You can do the same dress with this fabric and put any design that you want in the middle. It doesn't necessarily have to be African. African is just my niche. It's my specialty. It's my love. But I make clothes all day that are not African. I make what the customer wants, but I always have something. So they call me the African lady. So when they come over here, they know they're gonna find something Afrocentric for their child. So I would like for you, everybody on my channel, everybody that's a part of this tribe, I would like for you to start building your inventory. For what I mean by that is, if you have a day and you don't have a sale, okay? You have a day you don't have a sale. That doesn't mean you don't sew. So what you need to do, or what I would suggest you to do, I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. I stand to be corrected. What you should do is always build your inventory with something that you can make quickly within 1 to 2 hours. Okay. This can be definitely done in 1 to 2 hours. 2 hours, you can make 2 blouses. Okay. Or in 20 minutes, you can make 2 shawls. So look at this right here. It's getting cool. This is 2 yards of fabric. All you have to do is cut this on the fold. You don't even need a tape measure. I mean, you don't need a tape measure, and you don't really need to. You can just put your scissors on this and just hold the scissors, and you just don't even have to cut. And it just open the seam up. Now you have 2 shawls. Okay, if you have any type of fabric whatsoever, you can take this fabric, and now you have 2 shawls. Okay, 2 shawls. There you go. $25. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Now, if you find you a really nice fabric, it's the same thing. It can go up and up and up. Okay. If you have a shawl, if you have some shawls, and even if you're concerned and you're saying my people don't have that kind of money, you definitely can have a shawl where you only have it for $20. Okay. So this is just fabulous. It's fabulous. So, it don't overthink it. So like you need the money. Now, I'm going to tell you why I chose that title. Today is the 16th day. If you're looking and following me today and you're in the United States, today is the 16th day of an American layoff, which means that all of our national parks, all of our government are being laid off for political reasons. They're not able to negotiate on things that's concerning the people. It's supposed to be for the people. However, life still goes on. Your bills are still there. So the reason that I chose the title, So Like You Need the Money, because if you don't need the money and you have enough money to carry you for a few months or even a year, there's somebody else that needs the money. There's somebody else that you might can employ that can help you make some things because you don't need the money. But if you do need the money, regardless of what's going on, there's still going to be a need for clothing. Did you see anybody naked today? Did you see anybody walking around that didn't have no clothes on today? Well, if you did, they probably was sick because everybody that you saw today had on clothes. Now, why can't they wear your clothes? Why can't they be wearing the things that you made? Why can't they be me wearing your hat? Why they couldn't be wearing your embroidery? I'm sorry, I'm looking backwards now. Why can't they be wearing your bracelet? If you guys looked at my video on Saturday where I had the kids entrepreneurship, where I had all the kids in the art gallery, the sewing skills, every single thing that you see, even this desk, these threads, these supplies, this is just a miniature sewing station that I'm in the store. It all came because of sewing. It came because I didn't stop when I didn't have a sale. I didn't stop at 5 o'clock, didn't stop at 7 o'clock when the mall closed. I kept on working, kept on sewing. And when somebody came in and they bought something, I said, wow, I didn't know I made that for them. Okay. So sewing like you need something is because there is a shortage of money right now in the United States. The price of gold is going down because of AI. AI is buying a lot of silver. The price of silver is going up. The price of gold is going up. But the need for clothing, shelter, food, and to be able to pay their bills is on the rise. So we need to have an abundance of money coming in from somewhere. Now, while I say that, I'm going to quickly tell you some sites that you should consider. One is One in One. If you go back to one of my videos, One in One is a good place to get you a website. That website is $32.62 a month. And that website will also collect your emails. So if you're on the channel and you're looking for a website, go to that website and get you a website. Now they're in Canada, but they give great rates and they also help you 24 hours on your website. If you're looking for a place to put your items that you sell, if you hand make everything, which I'm sure mostly everybody on this channel is hand making everything, then if you're hand making everything, I would strongly suggest an Etsy store and also have your own website with One in One. Etsy will help you develop to be a great business person and to give customer service so you can keep those clients and know in real time how your item works across the platform. Okay, I got to stop for a minute and I got to do roll call. If you're watching my channel, the 92,000 people that are looking and viewing this channel, there are 13 shoulders that you are standing on. There's 13 people that actually bought either a $1.99 or a $2.99 subscription. And that is a big deal to me because they believe in the channel. They're in it for the long haul. They got their sleeves rolled up. Okay. They're not just saying, they're not asking me questions. They say, Evelyn, I got you. I got you. So we need to help these 13 people out. Either $1.99 or $2.99. Now they're gonna start saying it's gonna be $5.99. But here we go. Roll call real quick. Miss Barbara Gary, Miss T from the SIP, that means Mississippi. Blessings 24/7. Kim Williams, call me Kim if you love me. Donna Mache, Donna Marshall. Okay. Shamira Customs, Terry Love, Awanda Brown, Pearl Lucas, Jasmine Robinson, Constant Cliston, Christine Williams Wardrobe, and Miriam. So I want you to know that, when someone says, I'm going to be with you, and they donated the $2.99. I had one person to back out. They said they couldn't afford it. Now, it may not seem like a lot of money to you, but that could be a lot of money to somebody who is really, really going through. So for those, as you get your finances together and as this channel becomes a blessing to you, we can only do great if we have numbers. Now, I know everybody on the channel ain't for me. Some people are spying to see what I'm doing. And I'm going to give it to you because I think you deserve it. I'm going to change your mind. Okay? So here we go. I got to clear up a few things. First of all, I said in one of my videos that women make less money than men. And someone didn't believe me. Okay? And that's okay. But if everybody, I don't want you to believe me. I want you to research yourself. When you get off the channel, if you're doing it while I'm talking to you, you can go to ChatGPT, which is the official AI website, if you don't have it already, or you can Google it. YouTube is owned by Google, and it will tell you, even today, women doing similar jobs do not get equal pay as a male. Now that's been before time because men have been known as a breadwinner, and men you're supposed to be more strenuous and do things, and they are. And I mean, you got a man and a woman, right? The woman's supposed to be to help me biblically. Now, some people don't believe it, and the reason they don't believe it because, first of all, in the United States, I'm talking to United States because that's where I'm from, and that's who I identify with, and that's what I know, and I've experienced it myself. Okay, United States have a hush law, which means that it's an unknown, unwritten hush law. If you get a certain salary, they don't want you to tell your salary. They don't want you to discuss your salary with your coworkers. I worked corporate America for several years. I retired from Walt Disney World. Okay, they don't want you to discuss your salary because they want you to do your job, and they don't want you to feel like I'm doing the same job and I'm not getting paid the same. So there is still today, whether you like it or not, and if you make a comment on my channel, I would always respond to you, but don't hide. Don't come on my channel and be talking trash. And then when I go to your channel, it's private and I can't talk back. Well, anyway, it's all love because this is to help people. I'm positive, but I just have to clarify that there are some jobs that women are doing a similar thing in the military, on corporate America. We don't have representation because some women don't hold that job. They don't have the leadership to be able to fight for equal pay. So we can't fight to say I want equal pay. It's just a known fact. But how you get over that is you build your own business. Let them have that job because you're gonna make more than them anyway. If you go to Soren, you're gonna make more than people who have a doctorate degree. They're gonna graduate at a doctorate degree and they're gonna have $500,000 worth of loans in debt. You're gonna take Evelyn's creative boot camp, and you ain't gonna have no debt. You're gonna build wealth. You're gonna build your empire. You're gonna be able to help your family back. You know how grandma had her own money to the side, and she was able to come up with things when nobody else figured out how we got that done. Well, that's what you're gonna be able to do with your own business. So we don't want to hear that. Now the other person that was talking was two more people. I just got to clarify because I think you should know because a lot of people are reading the comments and you just like, what's going on? Because that's what you're supposed to do. Out of 90,000 views, we probably had four negative comments. And I won't call them negative. I always call them constructive. The other ones was about the lady who had on a bad dress that I made this week, and she got over 1,000 views already. And someone's talking about, oh, I don't sew, but the zipper look crooked, and oh, you could put an invisible zipper. Let me tell you something. I don't have no zippers over here, but I can make any zipper a blind zipper without a presser foot, without a special foot. I can make it, baby. I can get it done. Okay. I am an expert. I earn this right. I earn this. I earn this. Okay. I earn this. So when I make a dress and I put it on the video and I'm showing you, you're missing the point. The point is look at how I sold a high-end dress and I made extra money with her buying jewelry and a handbag. And then she gave me a $50 tip. Okay. You're worried about the wrong thing. So when you start building your business and somebody tell you your zipper is crooked or whatever, it might be a little crooked. Fix it, press it out, go ahead on. You can take a zipper, you can make a blind zipper, but I'm gonna tell you something. If you make a blind zipper and you don't have that lining in there right, and that person want that dress snatched in like this, like a glove, and they put on the dress. Now I require everybody to wear the proper undergarment. But if they start wearing that dress and they don't have on shapewear, that means a good bra, a good support, and they thighs in. It can't be no loosey goosey. When you make formal dresses, they must wear proper, good undergarments, which most people don't do. I require that if you buy a $300 dress, a $400 dress, a $500 dress, you have to wear undergarment. If you're not going to wear the undergarment, see you later. Because those zippers will bust. Those they will split. And if you buy a, what is it, a metal zipper, they just don't go right with formal dresses. Should be a soft nylon zipper. So cut it out. If you don't know how to sew, come take the sewing class. All right. Don't be commenting if you don't sew, if you ain't never threaded a needle or all that. I love you. I love you dearly. And first of all, I love the fact that you comment because I can't answer the question if you don't, because somebody else may want that same question. So I say that to you to say, people that sew wear their feelings on their sleeves. Lord have mercy. We give it all we got. And all it takes is one person to discourage you. I want you to know, don't get discouraged. Do not get discouraged because somebody has an issue with something that they're not even wearing and wouldn't pay you for it anyway. And if they did pay you for it and they know you handmade it, then that's okay because you compromise. Okay, if you want it real tight, you have to put a lining in it or it's gonna rip, regardless. Ask one of my clients. Take it in, take it in, take it in. Had a really nice voluptuous bottom. Went there, started dancing. Brand new fabric. She going all this kind of way, getting down, drop it like it's hot. Split her pants right in the back. Didn't want to pay for lining. So know your fabric, know your skill set, know your client. Now she came back and bought a whole lot of more clothes from me, but she let me be in charge instead of her being in charge. So when I put that zipper and I folded it over and I knew that lady wanted that dress snatched, I made sure that zipper was not going to be affected by the stress. And then and I'm gonna tell you something. When I'm gonna back up so you can see me a little bit. When you make a dress for somebody, don't just make sure it looks good for them standing up. Have them to sit down 4 times. They stand up, they sit down, they bend forward, they do this, they touch their knees, they touch their toes, they get up side to side, they sit down, and that's how you do the stress test. Because what you're doing is you're making the body form to their body. So when they put it on, it already has the shape of their body. You act as if they got to pick up their bag off the floor. They drop their phone on the floor. So you get it dressed to shape. And once they do the stress test and they know you did them due diligence by their money, they're going to be with you. Okay. So make sure when you're making something for anybody, there's no reason for them to come back. And when that person pull out that fresh $50 bill, I told my store manager, I said, thank you for holding everybody off me so I can make sure she was good. And I gave him half of the tip. This lady was 72 years old. She drove an hour and a half to me. She placed the order. She drove an hour and a half back. She came the next week for her final fitting. I showed you the final fitting, which means she drove another hour and a half to me and another hour and a half back. So that was 6 hours that she drove. So you know I gave her, and like I give all my clients, I gave them the red carpet. So what I want you to know is when you're making something, all the people in the back, like here, they got an opinion. But the opinion matters between you and the client. If the client have an issue, I said, listen, come to your final fitting, have 1 to 2 hours. It should only take 1 hour, but she drove so far, I wanted her to relax. Relax, bring your shoes, have your shapewear, try to dress on. When you do that, you are guaranteed to get A+ client. And they will never try to go down on the price. Because when you go in the store today, like JC Penney's is right down the hall from me. When you go to JC Penney's, and I love JC Penney's, so don't say I don't like JC Penney's. They have some great clothes, they have quality clothes. But when you go in JC Penney's, they said the dressing room is right there. There's 5 dressing rooms. You go in the dressing room, there's nobody to help you. You try it on, you look around, nobody's there to tell you it looks good, nobody's there to tell you it looks bad, nobody tell you it's your color or not. They come out, they don't even have anybody checking for theft. They don't have enough employees. Okay. When you come to a custom person like yourselves that have a business that's making clothes, you with that client the whole time. So you have to include some gratuity in your price. Don't just price your items for what you want to make a profit. Add your 15 to 18% in your price. So like you need the money. Okay. Now I will suggest this. Don't always just try to sew for people like clients. Sew for people you don't know. Meaning like the blouses or the shawls, when you build your inventory, you're going to make more money on people you don't know because it's a quicker sale and it's already finished. So sew for people you don't know. Build your inventory up for people you don't know. Okay. Pink. I got somebody. Let me tell you about this. Pink. Okay. Pink. Pizzazz Boutique. If you got a message from me this in the last couple of days, it's 694 messages. I went through and I randomly picked people who were struggling, who were sharing with me that they was having problems and they were not able to get it together. They were just blah. I can't do it. I don't see nothing going on. So I chose pink because she had this little cute little pink little hat. And I said, I spoke to her this morning and I said, what's going on? Did you sell anything? She said, no, I didn't sell anything. She messaged to me. She didn't sell anything. She made some things. She didn't sell anything. So I'm here to tell you, if anybody is on this channel that is similar, having some similar issues to Miss Pink, I want you to, first of all, Pink, did you see the Victoria's Secrets fashion show? Did you see the WNBA Angel Reese wearing the pink outfit? uh, okay. Let me give you some good constructive criticism, Pink. Now, she doesn't know that. I don't even know if she's on tonight, but she said she was coming on. But listen, if you are selling something and it's one color, have an open mind. Okay. If you get your energy from pink, and I'm wearing pink tonight. So I want you to know, it's breast cancer month. I'm wearing this. Hopefully I can strike a nerve that you can go get your mammograms. But Victoria's Secrets used to be right down the hall from me. And they, Victoria's Secrets have rights to pink. And they can just write pink on any color, just the words pink. And they have it in all colors. People are obsessed with the word pink. And they don't have to be all in pink. So what I would suggest to Pink Pizzazz Boutique, I would suggest stay with your pink, but broaden out to some new colors. If you get your energy only from pink, sew with pink thread. On the inside, just sew it. Is that your energy? Is that your thing? And that's what you're doing? Sew a pink thread. But make some other colors. Make some other colors other than pink. That's what you like to do. Now do what you gotta do to keep doing what you like to do. So if you got pink, you can do different shades of pink. I'm sure you already do that. But do some white, do some brown, do some black. Do some other colors. So when it says pink pizzazz, they can say, well, I don't see no pink. Well, my thread is pink or my pen is pink. Do some other things that can circle around it, because if you go to Victoria's Secrets, they sell pink bras, white bras, blue bras, black bras, brown bras. They sell all types of slips. They sell all types of different colors of underwear. Their name is pink, but they also sell other colors. So I would just have you to expand your colors to other colors so that you can have a variety, because somebody may say, well, I done bought all your pink. Do you have another color? Because they want to patronize you. So that's just my suggestion. You don't have to take it, but I want you to succeed, and I'm going to keep checking on you, and I'm going to make sure you get it. So if you didn't sell it, in fact, if anyone sold anything tonight, raise your hand. Did you sell anything? Okay. You know what I say? Now, if you didn't sell anything, keep making inventory. If you didn't sell anything, did you ask for a sale? Did you show it to anybody? Okay, because it worked two ways. If you make it, it's got to be sold. Push it out, push it out, push it out. Okay, so I want you to make sure that if you are making something, that there is somebody for it. Make sure you make something, because if you don't make something, you can't find anybody for it. And when they come, they're going to want a variety. They're going to want a lot of items. When you take your pictures of your items for even if it's on your cell phone, I mean, if you don't have a website yet and you want to show it like a digital, you can go to Canva, Canva, and you can make a digital website where you just take a picture of your item and you can send people to your website. Now, don't get too comfortable with these QR codes. This is going to be another controversy on this phone, on this particular item. QR codes also take your information. Okay. People want to just know. Like, what if I had this fabric and I said, well, go to the QR code and see the contents? You want to look at the fabric, read what it is, 100% cotton, and you want to know what the price is. So don't get where everybody is just using a QR code. I use codes, I use scans, I use the Dymo printer, but I also put the price. A lot of people now are not putting the price, so they can change the price on it. But you got to be smart today. You got to know what the price is. You got to know what you're paying for your items. And your consumer, the customer, they want to know. They don't want to ask you, how much is it? Have the price on it. Don't just tell them to go to the QR code. Now, I'm not saying don't have a QR code, but don't get too comfortable with technology, because QR codes, they track where you are. If you go to that website, they can take your data. Now, don't believe me, go to Chat GPT or go to Google, okay? Because I know I'm gonna get some backlash. QR codes are great for quick things. I would strongly suggest, if you have an email, get a separate email, get a separate website that doesn't have your personal data in it, because they're not going to tell you that. There's a lot of fraud with AI. So get you your own. If you have a website, you can get another. I mean, if you have a email address, you can get another email for free. So if you have a business and you got a QR code or whatever, you can put that to your new business um, website, your new business email. Do that if you're doing a QR code, just because it's safe. Okay. Now, like I said, people are going to say, oh, you use your QR code. That's just coming out. It's still new. It hasn't been foolproofed. So you got to make sure when you're doing all your QR codes, don't have all that linked to your personal cell phone. Have it to go to your other website. A new website takes less than a new email address takes less than 5 minutes. Create a second email address for your QR codes. If you're very crafty and don't know how to do technology and QR codes, do that. If you're old school, you give a business card like this. It got your name, your information, and your website you want to go to. That's real deal. Okay, put some notes on the back. They size their next appointment. If you're doing a business card like this, okay. I just don't like to be new on the new technology because I've heard nightmares, I've seen nightmares, and I just when they come in, especially men, what's the price? Oh, go to the QR code. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna go to the QR code to find out what your price is when you're standing right there. I mean, just think about it. You that busy, you can't tell them what the price is. Give them a card, let them know. Go to your website. They can look at the website. They like just having a paper. It's like I like having my bills. I don't still like to do all my bills online. I still like to see my bills. I can look at it and see what they did. So Pink Pizzazz, we love you. Okay. What you can do right now to make money like you need it, you can make Christmas ornaments. You got some beautiful fabric. Make your own Christmas ornaments. Do you know who spent a lot of money at Christmas time? Men. Don't forget to make something for men. This same piece of fabric, men love black. Men love black. Take this fabric. You don't need all of it. Cut a hole for the neck. Make you a nice shirt. Put a piece of fabric on it, design, make some sleeves. You can go up to a 6X with this 2 yards of fabric for a man. Don't forget the men. Know why it's good to sell to men? First of all, they know what they like. They know the color. They got the money. They're going to pay you real quick and they're out of there. Men shop in 5 to 10 minutes. Women shop in 10 minutes to an hour. Okay. So don't forget men. Men are shopping. Men like to shop where it's nice and quick and you got variety. Men don't like to come in and you only got one shirt, ladies and gentlemen. So make multiple items. Now, when I say make multiple items, that doesn't mean they have to all be finished. You can make items and they're prepped. Okay, I'm making this. You can take out a picture that you're making of it. I'm making this, and this. And they'll spend the money. Men will spend anywhere from, if you make the top, the pants, and the hat, men will spend up to $300, $295. So they're spending more money than women. And they're spending it quickly. You make them something nice, the men will buy it. They will buy it. So don't fall asleep on the men. Don't think you just got to sell something to women. The men will buy. I'm saying it for my 5th time. Do not fall asleep on the women. That's why I created a men's store. Because I didn't want the men in this store that I'm in. I cut a hole in the wall. Yes, I asked the management, can I cut a hole in your wall? So I cut a hole in the wall, a big hole in the wall. I made it a cave. And then I have the men's store. I didn't want the men to be walking through dresses. So if I'm in the store by myself, they can crawl through the cave. It's not a crawl, it's a big space, but they go through the cave and there's the men's store. The men's store outdo the women's store or the marketplace store because they know what they want and they buy quickly. Okay. Some things I make, some things I buy pre-made, but I always get the sale because I can alter it. I can alter the garment. So if you can make the man feel good, he will spend and he will tip and he will return and he will call his homies to say, hey, she here, man. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. The men's do referrals and they trust the referrals. You can do neckties, you can do pocket squares for men. So you can do all kind of things for men. All right, I'm going to start looking at some of your questions here. Okay, it says, this is Damali. She's saying, does hemming by hand school pants, 4 pairs count? Got paid and used to pay to purchase new large. Guess what, girlfriend? Okay, I'm getting excited. Okay, she did some hemming some pants and she got paid. And she used the money to get her large large needles. I'm in this week. Okay, so what it is, look. You don't have to have a sewing machine to make money. She hemmed some pants and she went and got some large needles so she can keep hemming some pants. Okay, can you tell me quickly how much you charge for those pants? I'm listening. I want to know because when you hem by hand, you charge more than you hem by machine. All right. When you hem by hand, what you do is you measure the pants, you press them, steam iron, press with steam, not with heat. Steam iron, make sure they're together. You fold them underneath, and there's about 10 different stitches you can do to hem their pants. But you can charge more if you hem by hand than if you hem on a machine, because that's considered handwork. So machine hem is more than handwork. Okay. Okay, it says, hello, I'm glad that I saw your YouTube. I'm 67, young, and I just started found someone else to talk to in 2016. I did what you said, step by step, set out my comfort zone. And now I'm sewing denim skirts. Denim never goes out of style. Denim is always in style. So you never go out of style with denim. I want you to know that if you're doing some sewing and you're doing denim, you'll never go out of style. In fact, real denim never ends. I'm gonna go all the way to the top. Hello, Miss Cooper from Maryland. Okay. Okay, it says I'm cutting out an infinity scarf for someone donated some fabric and scraps of yellow. Let's never call it scraps. Let's always call it treasures. Um, and she's I hope to get 3 pieces at 57 by 8 per scarf. Okay, so let's get our prices together. So when we selling those scarves, all right. Now I'm gonna tell you some things you can think about if you don't have fabric. Always look in the if you go into the department store, I'm saying Walmart because it's the biggest, but you can go to JC Penney's or Marshalls. I'm using US store names, everyone. Go into the drapery area or the linen area. If you're looking for some fabric at a lower price, then go look, where you get your sheets. Go look at some drapery. Sometimes you find some really nice fabrics, but it's made like a drape. So don't think that and what's good about it, it's already him. Don't think that everything you buy has to actually be a fabric that you got to figure it out and you get like, oh my goodness, what am I going to make? Okay. So if you're looking and you're trying to find um, ways to get some fabric so you can build your inventory, just keep looking. You go in, you might have an extra $5 or extra $6, and you can buy some fresh fabrics. And usually when you buy the fabric or buy the items that's in the linen department, usually that's a stock item, and they'll keep having that item. So you won't be like, oh, I wonder if they're gonna run out. So that's another idea if you're trying to get some ideas on how to build your inventory up as far as with fabric items. Miss Tammy from Mississippi ordered some fabric today. Thank you. Woo, woo. Okay, we appreciate that. I will be my email is gonna be, or it is already, is Evelyn's Creative Bootcamp at gmail.com. That's Evelyn's Creative Bootcamp at gmail.com. If you want to email me, I'll put it in the description. If you're looking for certain items and you're trying to get those items at a discount, or if you're trying to get a machine, if you're trying to get anything you're looking for, interface and anything you're looking for, I'm trying to do a group deal with different companies so I can get you those items at a discount. And even if the fabrics, but remember what I told you, you're standing on the throne of these 13 people. So I need you to become a member. Become a member. If you don't have the money, hit the like button. Give a thumbs up. If you don't have any money at all, you do, because I'm taking your time and your time is worth money. So if you can't afford to get on a subscription, then just hit the like, hit the thumbs up. Okay. If you need some help, you can start emailing me. I'm making links where you can get to me easily. But I need you to become a member. I need you to subscribe, because it's going to cost me too much to stop what I'm doing to answer you if you're not all in. Okay, so I need you to get all in. I need you to come on in. And if I help you, this is my goal. What are you making right now? What are you making right now in your sewing business? What are you making right now in your sewing business? Have you made anything? This is our third week. This is class number 3. So if you're not making anything in your third week, I want you to make something this week, and I want you to ask for the sale. Now, if you make something this week, or when I say make something, actually manufacture it, sew it, hem it. If it's some Christmas ornaments, I don't want you to make one. I want you to make a dozen. If it's a scarf, I don't want you to make one. I want you to make 6. If you're hemming pants, I want you to ask for more. Do you have more items that I can take care of for you? If you sell something, I want you to ask for the money up front, 100%. Don't take no deposits. I want you to ask for the sale. Then I want you to ask for the money. Then I want you to take the money, get the goods, or get the product, or finish the product, or replace the product. That's how we're going to build wealth. We got to build wealth. We got to be proactive. We got to make the garments, make the accessories, make everything. If you're the pink pizzazz and you're making headbands, make more headbands. Have a bowl of headbands and say, "Hey, I'm having headbands. Would you like a headband?" People will buy it just because you ask. Okay, so we got to make sure we have enough inventory, a bowl of inventory, a rack of inventory, a backpack full of inventory, and you keep it going. I'm gonna tell you a story. I know y'all like my stories. I got to tell you a story. I was working in Kentucky one year, and this guy, he came up, and he had a whole bag of I'm gonna use this. This is a paintbrush, but it's not what I really need. But he had a bag of little baby bangles. Okay, he had a bag of baby bangles, and I bought a whole lot of baby bangles. I said, "Oh, this is nice. This is really nice." So I had a lot of kids coming through, and when people like to buy something for the kids. I worked for Disney, so I knew that if you have something for the kids, like kid clothes, you'll always make money. Grandma gonna always buy them kids something. Grandma does not want her kids wearing clothes too big or too small. So if you don't know what to sell, start with a kids line. Okay, grandma gonna make them kids look beautiful. Them my grandbabies. All right. My mom always said, "Don't make my grandbaby look like they homeless." Don't make my grandbaby look like she got to grow in that outfit or he got to grow in that outfit. So that's how my mom used to tell my sisters. But anyway, this man, I asked him, how did he learn to make these bangles? He said that he was in a band and the band was horrible. And the band was so horrible that they wouldn't pay him. So he said, we were so bad, they wouldn't even pay us. So we went back to our hotel room and we could only order one plate of food. And the one plate of food had to serve all 3 people. So they split the meal and he took the fork and he kept bending the fork. He kept bending the fork and he made him a bracelet. Okay. So he went down to McDonald's and he looked at the menu because he didn't have no money. He was hungry and the plate of food was feeding 3 grown men. So he went to McDonald's. He looked at the menu, the Happy Meal menu, and he said, "Wow, that burger looks so good." And somebody in line asked him, "Ooh, that's a bad bracelet. I love that bracelet." He said, "How much you want for that bracelet?" He said, "You want this bracelet?" He said, "Yeah, man, that's a bad bracelet." So he sold the bracelet for $20. He got the Happy Meal for 15. Then he went back to the thrift store and bought a plate full of forks and made a whole lot of bracelets. And that was 10 years prior before he met me. And every time I went to work in Kentucky, I would look for him coming through the hallway and he would have $1,000 worth of inventory in his backpack. So I'm saying that to say, make your inventory. You never know. A stranger might come up and buy it all. They might buy it all. If you saw my video today, I told you how I bought all the paintings from the homeless guy that was sitting on the sidewalk in front of the post office. So the key to success, the key to making money, I'm nudging you. Listen to me, I'm nudging you. Y'all told me that I'm getting you, right? I love to nudge people because I know you have the potential. I know you can do what I've done. If I can walk in the snow knowing nobody in Italy, if I can walk in the snow in New York City, not knowing a soul, to find some buttons and to find some fabric, to figure out how I'm going to make it through this world, I know you can do this because I've already done it. That's why can't nobody rain on my cloud. What Angie Stone say? Ain't no more rain in this cloud. Ain't no more rain in this cloud, sweetheart. We're going to do this. And we are a team. We are a tribe. This is our tribe. This is your channel. And you're going to make it. Now, some are going to take off sooner than others. We are a sister and brotherhood. It's not about the race. Doesn't matter what race you are. Doesn't matter what color you are. I want you to know that we're in this together because women and people that sew, because there's a lot of brothers that are sewing. When I say brothers, all men, there's a lot of men that are sewing and they're getting it done. And actually, to be honest with you, men know what looks better on women than women. There are a lot of male hat designers. They know what look better on women than women because we only look in one way when it comes to dress. But when it comes to business, it says a man thinketh one way, a woman thinketh 100 ways. A woman thinking 100 ways. That means a woman gonna figure it all out. She gonna be like, okay, I got to get that done, that done, that done, that done. I'm gonna organize it and I'm gonna do it. Okay, it's a virtuous woman, right? So I want you to know that when you're building your inventory, build like you like to shop. Let me say that one more time. Build your inventory like you like to shop. If you go to Walmart, I'm gonna beat this in your head because the Sam Walton Made in America by Sam Walton, the first real millionaire, the first multimillionaire. I read the book. Okay. So when you go into Walmart, you never feel like they don't have enough inventory. You never feel like they're not gonna have your can of corn or your Heinz ketchup or your Duke mayonnaise. You know they're going to have more than enough. And it's hundreds and hundreds of people in there. So on a smaller scale, to get to where they are, meaning financially comfortable, you have to build your inventory. Members, I really love you. So I still got that. You have to build your inventory like you're going to go to the same place. You know, you go to a football game and they got a lot of inventory. The reason they have a lot of inventory, first of all, it comes on a container. And second of all, they all got the same stuff. Well, each one of you have your own identity. You have your own niche or your own niche. Look at what's around you. Okay. Now, if you got something that you like to sell and nobody around you is buying it, that's when you have to get on the Etsy store because they have 96 million buyers. And the 96 million buyers, they already have their credit card on file. So that pink bonnet that you have, when you put it on Etsy, you should have at least 10. That pink bracelet that you made out of fabric, you should put 10. 10 is your lucky number. If you can make 10 items or you have, okay, let me tell you something. If you say you're going to make 10 items, tired of the black, open up the green. Okay, if you say you got 10 items, right? I would suggest make 2 items and then have the capacity to make 8 more items. So have 2 items ready to sell to your samples, ready to sell, and that you have the capacity of making more. Whether you have them made or not, if you went in front of the client and they say, "Oh, we got the dance team want to wear wrap skirts." Now you made this as a shawl, but they can wear it as a wrap skirt. How many do you have? Well, I only have 1. No, I got 10. I got 2 ready. I got 8 more at the house. Oh, it's only 6 of us. We'll take 6. So make sure you have your volume. Make sure you have 2 items made and this inventory to make more. The reason being is psychological. If you sell 1, somebody else wants that same one. We really say we want to be different, but we don't. We really want to be the same. So if you have a sorority group, a fraternity group, and you make a t-shirt and this bad, it's got their colors in it, they all want the same. Okay, so don't feel like, well, no, I'm only gonna just make 1. I'm only gonna just make so far. No, make multiple items because the more you have, the more money you make. And if they say, well, can I get a dozen for this price? Then you figure that out. But make sure you make a profit and make sure, you put your gratuity. Have you been somewhere now and they already had a gratuity included? And you ready to give another tip and they're saying gratuity included, but you can't add more? Most people now put the gratuity in it. It doesn't have to be a large group. They put the gratuity in the price. So Inventory. Like, subscribe, and share. Become a member. Those who said how to be a member, you go to Evelyn's Creations and then you can hit join. I'm going to answer a couple more questions. Miss Platt, Miss Pat S., thank you so much. Oh, yeah, Miss Andrews, yes, it's so sad for USA. We're having a hard time. And those who don't know, they will know. We're having a really, really tough time. People are not getting their paychecks this week, this Friday. They're not getting their paychecks. So it's tough. Okay. I want to make sure I feel like this is teamwork. So I want to make sure that your questions are being answered. Oh, yeah, I'm back looking. Okay, it says what, excuse me, what kind of fabric do you make shawls out of or make scarves out of? Okay, let me tell you about shawls and scarves. First of all, a shawl and a scarf can be made out of any fabric, but it depends on your area. And then it doesn't depend on your area if you're selling online. Because if you're selling online, there's always a hot climate. If you're selling online to the Bahamas, to the islands, it's always warm. They hardly ever have a winter. So when I say have an evergreen product, I have an evergreen product where I sell. I don't know if you can see this. This is a mud cloth. This is heavy. This is a doll. You can make doll clothes. I made this little doll outfit. This is lightweight. Okay. This is the front of the doll right here. This is a little African doll. Now, doll clothes, when I didn't have any money, I made doll I made dog clothes. Okay. I made dog clothes. You can find any little thing. You can make a little stick doll. You can make dog clothes. When I first wanted to learn how to sew, I was sitting on the steps when I was 5 years old. And this is what I was doing. I was making dog clothes. Now, this right here is a dog dress made with absolutely no sewing. It's just glue. Even this trim is just glue. See how I made this little scarf right here, the headband here. This looks like you sewed it, but you didn't sew it. All right. So if you go to craft stores and you find something that you can make, this is like a Christmas doll that I made. This is a Christmas doll that I made. I got a few more back there, but this is a Christmas doll that I made, and I do the his and hers. So this is how you can expand to all. It's endless possibilities. Now, this particular doll, some people put it on like toilet paper. Like you can make a stick doll, you can make something for the bathroom with toilet paper. This doll with this wood and this amount of beadwork like this. I think the doll cost me maybe $12 because it's an all wooden doll, solid wood, and the outfit probably took me, 35, 40 minutes because I was designing the outfit. It wouldn't take that long if you actually know that's what you want to do. But this doll can sell for $100. This doll you can put online and you can sell it for $100. So dolls usually are 10 times plus. So the material, no, five times plus. Okay. So you have time to break it down and have a sale. So if the doll altogether cost me $20 worth of material and a little bit of time, then you times it by five, it has more value. Then you can bring it down if you have a sale. So this is how you can make money quickly and have it. And it doesn't take a lot of room. And it's a novelty item, and they'll give it to the child. They'll put it in their chest, their Cheerio chest. They'll make different things that they can do with the doll clothes. So if you got some remnant fabric or some treasure fabric, you can take this and you can make doll clothes. So that's an item that you could do to make doll clothes, and it stands up. It stands up straight. This one here, I did a little bit longer and made the train a little bit longer so it can be like on a mantle and hanging down. So that's one. But I have those in different colors. Um, okay, Miss Pearl Lucas, she said every video has motivated me to sew more. Okay, I want everybody to know that this is the best kept secret. is someone telling you that you can do it and you already have the powers within you already. You have the power to be so productive and make so much money. And it's right there in front of you. I mean, it's right there. If you took some towels and you just sewed some fabric on the towel and had it for holiday, if you took two towels, you can make a robe out of it. You can take the smaller hand towels and make them as the sleeves. You got to just think outside the box. Think outside the box so you can get everything and everything, and make your. If you got a corner like this corner, then fill it with your inventory. Take each piece, take a picture of it, tell them what you have. Remember, if you're online, you got to take 10 pictures, inside, outside. You got to do 10. You got to do a 9-second video. If you're sending somebody something, the videos is what making your item sell. So take the video and make your item sell. Okay, somebody asked me. First of all, they wanted to know about the sewing machine. If you just came on and you saw me on there on my steps in Atlanta about I made how I bought my house with a Walmart sewing machine. Everything I have, I bought with a working with a Walmart sewing machine. I'm gonna show you my other room that I have with all these sewing machines that I went through. Another story, I was in Washington, D.C., and the cab driver ran off with my sewing machine. I was hot. I'm gonna do in the Congressional Black Caucus, and the man that took my sewing machine. I had to take a cab to Maryland and buy me another sewing machine. Maryland had a Walmart. So the reason I say that is because Walmart always have a sewing machine in stock. Here is here is a sewing machine that has been through Evelyn's boot camp. It still works. I'm just cleaning it out here. But there's two heavy duty sewing machines. One of them, you dial it. The other one is digital. This one costs the least. I think it's now 180 or something. And the other one maybe 220, something like that. Maybe 300. But they're not that much. You can make one garment, and don't say I can't. You can make one garment and pay for a Walmart sewing machine. Okay? You take one garment and make a Walmart sewing machine, or you can take one day and make enough inventory to pay for a Walmart sewing machine. I have made 10,000 plus on a machine or more before I have to take it down and break it out and clean it up and bring it back. Now, one thing I am is a truth teller. So when somebody tell me I ain't telling the truth now, then that's not the me. I'm a truth teller because I ain't got time for that. Now, another person asked me about my sewing station. Now, I'm not. When I sew, like I said, I'm blessed right now that I have a person to clean my sewing station. So I mop my sewing station every day. I look at different things on the floor because I'm making multiple things. I'm making something for online. I'm making something for a client. I'm dealing with silks. I'm dealing with satin. So my sewing station, I don't normally show my sewing station because you wouldn't understand. I'm like a scientist when it comes to my sewing. I make a lot of stuff in one day. All right. So this is a picture. Someone, I'm in Orlando, Florida, and I made several articles. They make some stories of me, but this was 21 years ago, and this picture went viral all over the United States about this woman that's making all these clothes herself. And it went in every paper in the United States on Associate Press about my sewing. Now they called me and told me they were going to do an article. I didn't know it was going to be that big of a deal. I just say, okay. So they said, no, we're bringing the press to your sewing house, so your sewing store. My sewing store is about 5 miles from here, but it's a house that I bought with my sewing money, and I knocked all the walls out, okay, and made it like a studio. I still have that house. I still have that house. I still work at that house. But what they wanted to know was, what is your sewing station look like? Like when you come in the store here, you'll see the store really nice, marble things in the ceiling, and they said, I want to see your sewing place. And I'm like, no, you can't see my sewing place. But what I'm about to show you It's my sewing place still looks like this because I am a expert when it comes to sewing and creating and bringing things. I got enough years in it and I got enough things to show for my work. So I'm an expert. So if you took a sewing class or you took a sewing school or you did something, you're not gonna like this. But this is a picture that went viral. And this is what it still looks like today. And it's 20 some years ago. I'm gonna bring it real close. Okay, that's me. That's me in the back. Now, in that house that I told you about, it's that's probably like the kitchen part. And I had shelves put in there, and I had orders. And this is still today. When somebody places an order, I print the order out, and I have like 3 or 4 sewing machines going, different colors of thread. And that's me, and that's the Central Florida Orlando Press took this picture. And the article is talking about how I was making a lot of garments for the local female police officers. And it says I made them look feel like a queen. So I got fabric stock, I got garments hanging up, I got mail orders going out. I'm sitting at my sewing machine and I'm making, and that is still how I look today. I make every single item, also every single item in my store. So when I say you have to have a place that you can be creative with, that's a place. And for the person that asks me, I want to see your station. I don't show my station because I got several jobs going on in my station. But I wanted you to see what when I came to the store, I couldn't fix nothing up. They was like, we just want to see your sewing station. And when they started the sewing station, you saw this little lady with all these orders. It's like a person, if you went to Waffle House and they pull in the ticket, you want to find what they attach, then that's that's how I was. That's how I am, and that's how I work. But before we close tonight, I want to whisper prayer for everyone, and I make sure that you hang in there. People ask, we talked about you earlier. Please go back and listen. Jean Robinson, hello. Thank you so much, Miss T. She's talking machine. All right. I just want you to know. She said she bought the sewing machine. So thank you. That is so good. Okay. We are working on our technology. If I bump a little bit or my lips are not moving with my sound, we are getting better. We have heart attack. We're gonna have a big screen. Hopefully, we'll have all that for you next week. I want to encourage you to keep sewing. I want to encourage you to keep sewing. I want to encourage you to sow like you need the money. If you don't need the money, it's just like you need the money. Be creative. Do more than what is asked for from your clients. And if you could, raise your right hand, made it through the third class, bend your elbows, and pat yourself on the back. Thank you so much for coming to Evelyn's Creative Boot Camp. And we want to see you make money, see you make success. Don't forget about the children's line. You can make the children's line. Don't forget about the men's wear. Don't forget about the Christmas ornaments. You can take a piece of fabric, some fabric that you like. All you do with the Christmas ornament is you just take the ball, put it inside your hand, put the fabric over it, put it around the top, put a ribbon on it, and that's your Christmas ornament. Sell the Christmas ornaments by the dozen. Okay? Tablecloths, skirts, wraps. You could do it all. We want you to succeed. Now, please, if you could, when I say so like you need the money, when you come on next Thursday, I want you to say, I made a sale or I made some sales. Okay. We have to get results. You gotta sell something every week. If you eat every week, if you eat every day, I want you to sell something. Okay. It can be a quiet sale. It don't have to be like you begging. You offer it and you say, hey, I have something. You know how the Girl Scouts get you to buy cookies? Just what you gotta do. You gotta ask for the sale. And then what'll happen is when people come to you, they're coming to give you their money. They're trying to figure out how can I get this? You know, when you go to the store, they have the buggies because they know you're coming to buy something. When people call your name, if you got a product, you just sell it. Sell it at a fair price with your gratuity included. Don't give your work away. Okay. Make sure you get a fair price. Make sure you give great service. And I always say thank you, give a thank you note. If you can get that email or phone number, keep it business and you'll make a money. Now, if you can, I want your goal to be to make $100 next week. Work on making $100 next week with something you make or something you purchase to go with your items. If you bought jewelry, if you bought bracelets, if you bought something, sell that and then promote the item that you're selling. So your goal is to make $100. And if you love me and you're going to invest in me, just like, subscribe, and share. Become a member if you can. Thank you so much, everybody. It's been great. I'm so excited. I was just thinking about you all day. I wanted to hear some great things. Thank you so much, Miss Mississippi, Miss Tammy. Thank you so much. We got fabrics. We got a lot for you this year. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye bye, everybody.